Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and a happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, one and all. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Quincy Youth Arena in Quincy, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls hockey contest between the hosting Quincy North Quincy Co-op and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. As you can see, we're just waiting for the teams to come out onto the ice here. So happy to be covering my first Brookline girls hockey game of this 2024 to 2025 season. Brookline's been off to a pretty strong start through the first half of this season. Through the first 10 games of this 20-game high school season, Brookline's standing with a record of 6-4. And as of the most recent MIAA Division I power rankings that came out on Friday morning, they were ranked 23rd in the power rankings. So if the season were to end right now, the Warriors would be heading on their way to the state tournament. But of course, plenty of hockey still to be played, but pretty amazing that at the halfway mark, this Brookline team is just one win away from matching their win total from last year. Last year, Brookline went 7-13, missed the playoffs, but only graduated one player from their team in Meredith Allen and returned just about everybody else. So they've got an experienced, hungry squad trying to make a push for postseason hockey. The Quincy North Quincy Co-op team currently stands at a record of 2-7, having suffered 6 straight losses after starting out the season 2-1. The most recent power rankings have them ranked 39th in Division II. So on paper, Brookline in a good position here, but as I always say, we don't play these games on paper, we play them on the ice. Once again, I want to thank everyone who is tuning in for today's live stream. If you end up enjoying this live stream, I encourage you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as I've got a number of more BHS girls hockey games on the docket this winter, so be sure to stay tuned for those. Subscribing can help. If there's anything you'd like to say, I encourage you to say it either in the live chat here on YouTube, or if you can't access the YouTube live chat system, you can also send me an email. You can see my email on the bottom right corner of your screen, and you can send me an email with any notes you would like to say. It could be as simple as "Go Brookline," or a shout out to a specific player that you're tuning in to see, or let us know where you're tuning in from. That can be fun to hear with these online live streams that can be watched all over the world. On the more important side, if you notice any technical difficulties with the video or the audio, I encourage you to speak up and say something so I can try and fix it. And then, of course, especially with this being my first game covering girls hockey this year, I encourage you, if I'm mispronouncing any names, please let me know in the live chat. I would rather know, even if you think, oh, I don't want to be a bother, or I don't want to make them feel bad for saying the name wrong. No, please correct me. I want to give these players the best coverage I possibly can, and to me, part of that means giving them, the basic level of respect of getting their names right. The officials out onto the ice, which means soon we will get this one started. Once again, Brookline against Quincy North Quincy girls hockey. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Esh Dental, located right in Coolidge Corner. You can see their logo there in the bottom middle of your screen. Book your next dental appointment with local dentist and BHS Sports parent Dr. Brandon Esh for the non-corporate, personalized dentistry our community deserves. Call 617-566-0103 or go online to eshdental.com to find out more and book your appointment. Once again, 617-566-0103 or go online to eashdенtal.com. And you can find all that information in the description section down below. As you can see, the Brookline Warriors have come out onto the ice. As now coming out, the hosting Quincy North Quincy team. So let's take a look at the rosters coming into today. First, we'll start with the hosting Quincy North Quincy team. 1 second, I'm just pulling something up for myself really quick. Okay. All right, we'll start with Quincy North Quincy. Going in order of jersey number for the home team today. First off, we have a sophomore, number 2, Mackenzie Ilacqua. Next, a senior, number 3, Madeline Casa. An 8th grader, number 5, Juliana Monaco. A junior, number 6, Sienna Nicole. A freshman, number 7, Caroline McGrail. A sophomore, number 8, Lucy Morcan. A senior, number 9, Megan Caldwell. A senior captain, number 10, Ciara Folan. A senior captain, number 12, Ashlyn Folan. A senior captain, number 13, Maggie Weber. A junior, number 16, Emily Lim. A junior, number 17, Brooke Blahut. A freshman, number 18, Tess Ronan. An 8th grader, number 19, Lillian Glaru Knight. A senior, number 20, Chloe Melchin. A sophomore, number 21, Anna Green. A freshman, number 22, Audrey Perry. A junior assistant captain, number 24, Lila Cook. An 8th grader, number 25, Lily Nickel. And a sophomore, number 30, Amanda McClory. Head coach, Jay Ronan. Now let's move over, excuse me, let's move over to our right here. Gonna adjust my brightness a bit. As we take a look at the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Going in order of jersey number for Brookline, first off we have a senior goalie, number 1, Aurora Charbonneau. Next, a junior, number 2, Emma Lurie. A freshman, number 4, Isabella Zhang. A freshman, number 5, Rosie Zucker. A senior, number 7, Casey McCarthy. A sophomore, number 8, Jordan Gifford. A sophomore, number 9, Selena Charbonneau. A freshman, number 10, Katie O'Connor. A senior, number 13, Shayna Chin. A sophomore, number 14, Serafina Ritzenthaler. A junior, number 15, Clara Tebow. A freshman, number 16, Mari Cessity. A senior, number 17, Izzy Pice. A senior, number 18, Sue Jin Koo. A sophomore, number 20, Caitlin Wilson. A senior, number 21, Etta Reed. A senior, number 22, Birdie Hawkins. A freshman, number 23, Gigi Hawkins. A junior, number 24, Caroline Hughes. A sophomore, number 25, Caitlin Schlager. And a sophomore goalie, number 33, Jacqueline Solove. Head coach of the Brookline High girls hockey team is Sarah Schwensfire. Those are our rosters coming in here at Quincy Youth Arena. It'll be Brookline against Quincy North Quincy. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and you are watching Brookline High Hockey. tries to clear, gets past pace, but not past Reed. Winds, fires, scores! And a Reed! Charbonneau charging in. Charbonneau shot. Hat-trick! Selena Charbonneau! Skating with it now. This is Gifford. Gifford around a defenseman. Can Gifford go for 4? Yes! Jordan Gifford cannot be stopped. All right, as you can see from the scoreboard cam in the bottom left corner of your screen, the pregame clock has finished. They've set up a fresh 15 minutes on the clock for the first period. And you can very clearly hear that PA announcer.
The most premier youth hockey arena in the city of Presidents. On behalf of Quincy Public Schools Superintendent Kevin Mulvey, QNQ Athletic Director Kevin Mahoney, Assistant Athletic Directors Martin Dunham and Matt Rodriguez, North Quincy High School Principal Dan Gilbert, and Quincy High School Principal Keith Ford, we welcome you to today's girls hockey contest between the visiting Brookline Warriors and your QNQ girls hockey team. This competition is being conducted according to the rules of the MIAA. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon a school or security official. Thank you and enjoy the game. And now, the starting lineups for both teams. First, with the visitors, the Brookline Warriors. Starting on left wing, sophomore, number 9, Selena Charbonneau. At center, senior, number 17, Isabella Hanks. On right wing, junior, number 15, Clara Tebow. On defense, senior, number 21, Every. And freshman number 23, Gigi Hawkins. And in goal, senior, number 1, Aurora Charbonneau. The Brookline Warriors are head coached by Sarah Schwitzbach. And now, the starting lineup for your QNQ girls hockey team. Forward, senior, number 9, Megan Caldwell. At center, senior, number 10, Captain Kiera Bullen. And out right wing, junior, number 16, Emily Land. On defense, senior, number 12, Captain Ashlyn Bullen. And freshman, number 22, Audrey Perry. And starting in goal, 8th grader number 19, Lillian Cloro Knight. The QNQ girls are head coached by Jay Roman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats and helmets and direct your attention to the flag above the timekeeper's area as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem recorded by the Quincy North Quincy Combined High School Choir.
All right, those were our starting lineups and national anthem, and soon we will be getting this game underway here in the first of 3 15-minute periods. I think I'm going to turn the brightness down just a smidge there. I've been adjusting it a bit, but I think I'm going to stick with this for now. Let me know what you guys think in the live chat if it doesn't look good. Starting lineup for Brookline: in the net, number 1, Aurora Charbonneau. Defensive pairing of senior captain Etta Reed and freshman Gigi Hawkins. And a forward line with senior captain Izzy Pice at center, flanked by Selena Charbonneau and Clara Tebow on the wings. For Quincy North Quincy, an 8th grader, Lillian Gloro Knight, starting in net. As we now get set at center ice for the opening puck drop. Brookline versus Quincy North Quincy. Here we go. Puck is ultimately tapped back to Gigi Hawkins, who sends it up the near side line. Blocked and pushed forward by number 16, Emily Lim. Around the back it goes. Picked up by Etta Reed. Wraps it around the boards. Still pinned to the boards. It's knocked loose by Quincy North Quincy, but disrupted by Etta Reed as it's brought around the back. Reed does knock it loose. Selena Charbonneau sends it off the boards. And moving forward with it now, Izzy Pice. Pice, potential odd man rush here. Slides it across to Clara Tebow, who gains the blue line. Long shot wide of the net. Goes into the corner. Chased down by Charbonneau. Charbonneau sends it around the back. Taken back by Quincy North Quincy. They try to clear, and they will get it out of there. Slight disruption in the neutral zone, but number 10, Kiara Folan, dumps it into the Brookline end as Quincy North Quincy commits to a line change. Charbonneau had it for a second, stolen away by number 2, Mackenzie Alakwa. Alakwa cutting in, shot was saved by Aurora Charbonneau. Big save there by the senior netminder for Brookline to start us off, as Mackenzie Alakwa with a big takeaway right at the blue line for a big potential rush there, but no score here in the first minute. Face-off won by Brookline, corralled by number 20, Caitlin Wilson, who gets slammed into the boards as QNQ takes away. Long shot redirected wide of the net. Recovered by Brookline. Skating through the neutral zone with it is Shayna Chin. Gains the blue line, coming down the left side. Couldn't get enough on that pass there. Battling along the back, Chin ultimately recovers it. Chin looking around, passes it back to Wilson, who gives it back to Chin, back to Wilson. Wilson, long shot, saved by Gloro Knight. So Brookline answers back with an advance to their own. No shortage of transition game from both teams early. Face off, goes to the near side boards. Wrapping it around the back, I think it was number 10, Ashlyn Folan. Recovered now by Brookline, sent back to the point to Jordan Gifford. Long shot goes off the skate of a QNQ defender. Chased down by Birdie Hawkins, slid back to Gifford, back forward to Hawkins. Wrapped around once again by the QNQ defense as they move it out to the neutral zone. Deflected a couple of times, sent backwards by Caroline Hughes. Chased down by Gifford, who's going to take it around the back. Gifford along the boards now. Blocked at the boards by, I think, number 13, Maggie Weber. Brookline trying to take it out the right side. Blocked at the boards, but they cut through with it. Skating with it, escaping the trip there was Hughes. Hughes dumps it in as Brookline commits to a line change. It's parked by Gloro Knight. Now worked up the right side. Taken back. Skating with it, Brookline. Shot was blocked there. And a couple of blocks, but now skating with it, Weber. Now it's taken by Reed, passed off the boards to Charbonneau, slid across to Pice. Pice racing through a hole there, charging in, shot saved by Gloro Knight. Rebound corralled by QNQ. Pass into the neutral zone, disrupted by Serafina Ritzenthaler. Now further disrupted by Clara Thibault. Brookline trying to work it out. A couple of attempts. It does get out to the neutral zone, but taken. Skating with it was number 24. Taken back briefly by Brookline after the failed advance by Lila Cook. But now slid across to Audrey Perry. Perry moving to the far side boards. Disrupted by the Brookline forecheck. Knocked back, controlled by Kiara Folan. Folan skating with it. Disrupted as the puck slides through the neutral zone. Pushed back by Brookline. Now it's taken by Brookline. Pass goes back. Ritzenthaler insert, blocked and cleared out. Recovered by Reed. Long shot. Redirected wide of the net. Along the boards. Corralled again by Reed. Shot blocked. Bouncing high. It goes wide of the net. Chased down by Soo-Jin Koo. Pass to the middle. Finds a target. Backhand shot. Slides wide of the net. Chased down in the corner by Shayna Chin. Deflecting back and forth. Now taken by QNQ once again. Pass to the middle to Emily Lim. Lim broken up by Reed as QNQ is in the midst of a line change. They're lucky they didn't get called for too many skaters, but instead they control it in their own end. Long pass finds its target. Skating through, that's Ilakwa. Ilakwa coming around a defender, skating around the back with speed, surveying her options as she picks up the pace. Passes it back. Slid across from Ronan. A long shot saved by Charbonneau. Goes back to Ronan. Ronan tries an insert, deflects off a skate. Chased down now by Hughes. A long clear. That's going to be icing. Some non-stop action here as the long attempted shot there. I'm not sure. Having a little trouble reading some of the jersey numbers here for QNQ. Five minutes into the first period, no score between Brookline and QNQ. Face off. Couldn't be cleared out by Brookline as it's pushed to the back boards. Chased down by number 10, that's Katie O'Connor. Slides a pass up to Selena Charbonneau. Charbonneau pass cross finds Pice. Pice squeeze around, gets tripped. We're going to have a power play here as it's touched by QNQ. And the first power play will go to the Warriors. That's going to be a 2-minute minor for tripping. Looks like that'll be against number 18, Tess Ronan. Face off won by QNQ. They try and lift it high, and Hawkins couldn't block it at the blue line. It's dumped in by number 21, Anna Green. Chased down around the back by O'Connor. Pass was deflected but got to Thibault, who slid it across to Charbonneau. Charbonneau almost lost it, but does get a pass up to Thibault. Pushes it forward, but it's taken away by QNQ easily there as they dump it back in. Brookline a little slow to start this power play as Hawkins sends pass up to Thibault. That pass misses Pice, and that's going to go for icing. So a bit of a sloppy start to the power play here for the Warriors. .9:07 on the clock here in the first. 1:27 still left on the power play. But the face-off is in the Brookline end. Brookline wins the face-off. Gifford wraps it around the boards. Almost pushed out, but blocked at the blue line by, I think, number 20, Chloe Melchin. Gifford corrals it again, but now it's pinned to the corner as, again, Brookline struggling to escape their own end here, but now skating with it with speed. Shayna Chin gains the blue line, trying to get around the defender, trying to approach. Chin's shot saved by Glaro Knight. And now taking it the other way was Ilakwa, but she sent it too far forward for herself, and instead it's going to be corralled by Wilson, who wraps it around, blocked at the blue line. but knocked loose by Brookline. Corralled now, sent through the neutral zone as they're battling for it in the neutral zone. Deflects over to Soo-Jin Koo. Koo trying to wave around, but was outnumbered. But off the line change, it's recovered by Charbonneau. Charbonneau lost it, was outnumbered by the defense. The attempted clear slightly blocked. Charbonneau recovers, but slides it too far to get to Pice. Now the attempted clear blocked by Gigi Hawkins. Hawkins sends it off the boards, moved along by Thibault. Pass back around Thibault, sent back Hawkins at the blue line. Couldn't keep it across the blue line. Has to dump it back in as Brookline has to reset to avoid the offsides as the penalty is successfully killed by QNQ. Slid around to Lim now. Lim, long pass up, finds Kiara Folan. Folan, poke check, knocks it loose. Good defense there by the Warriors as they push it back the other way. I think that was Izzy Pice on the defense there as QNQ now taking it out the back of their own end. Around the blue line, defended by Birdie Hawkins, and knocks it forward to Charbonneau. Selena Charbonneau into the corner with it, centers it, but nobody there to knock it in. Now the attempted clear, blocked a couple times by Brookline, kept in the attack end by, I believe, Caroline Hughes, chased down by Hawkins. Hawkins pass to the middle, Hughes saved by Gloro Knight. It was a nice connection between Hawkins and Hughes there, but Gloro Knight with the quick glove to put a stop to that advance. 6:46 on the clock here in the first period between Brookline and QNQ. No score as of yet. Face-off won by QNQ, wrapped around the boards. Now a battle along the boards for the puck. Knocked loose by Hughes. Battling for it, it's Ashlyn Folan who sends it around the boards. Deflected. Gifford pushes it forward, finds Hughes. Hughes trying to weave around. Backhand pass. Hawkins couldn't turn around. Hughes tried a shot. It was blocked by Folan. Now Hawkins trying to take it around the back too far. Ilakwa's going to wrap it all the way around. Battle for the puck here. Lifted out by QNQ. Taken, I think, by Gifford. Lifted forward, couldn't be corralled by Caitlin Schlager. Dumped in by QNQ. It's going to be chased down by number 5, Rosie Zucker. Around the boards it goes. Brookline pushes it through to the neutral zone. Pushing forward with it was Hughes. Stopped briefly as Brookline committed to a full change. Now skating with it, QNQ. They get it out to the neutral zone. Goes off the skate of Chin, corralled by Reed. Passed across to Ritzenthaler. Sends it off the boards for Koo. Koo across the blue line just barely as she gets outnumbered quickly. Reinforcements arrive to battle for the puck along the boards. Chin comes out with it. Chin weaving around. Shot saved by Gloro Knight. Limited angle there for Chin, but she recovers the rebound, keeps on the attack. Chin surveying her options. Pass across, just missed. Intended for Koo. Sends it back to Reed at the blue line. Forward again to Koo. Koo looking. Pass across, blocked by Kiara Folan, but Koo fights for it again. Koo coming around the back. Looking. Pass blocked. Shot from Chin, redirected wide. Wrapped around the back once again. Skating with it now. It's QNQ's defense. Blocked by Ritzenthaler to prevent the clear. Goes around the back. Another attempted clear, kicked, but forced out to the neutral zone. Charbonneau trying to battle for it. Pushes it across the blue line. Pice breaking through. Pice breaking in. Shot saved by Gloro Knight once again. The QNQ 8th grader coming through with a number of strong saves here in the first period. Four minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. No score. Face off. Knocked too hard. It goes past Wilson and all the way down to the Brookline end. Wilson's going to chase that one down. Around the back. Pass deflected, taken by Pice, kicks it to herself, battling through the neutral zone, slides it to the middle. Pushed forward by Wilson, off the boards. Sent back to the neutral zone, kicked by Wilson, up to Charbonneau, knocked away from her on the poke check. Knocked back to Perry. Perry passes it forward to McGrail. Blocked briefly, but now dumped in by Weber. And a long pass as Brookline corralled that one. Got it up to Tebow, knocked away, recovered by Pice. Pice weaving through. Pice approaching, shot, missed it wide. Weber sends it off the boards now. Couple deflections, Brookline corrals it. Insert was blocked. Now battling for it, Gifford, as well as Charbonneau. And it slides all the way back to the Brookline end along those near side boards. Chased down now by Hughes. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first. Through to the neutral zone, deflected. Hawkins couldn't quite corral it, but does pass it back. Skating with it now is Gifford. Trying to force her way through, but blocked. Hawkins kept it in the attack end. We've got a whistle. Did they call an offsides on Brookline there? They must have. Must have gone just across the blue line. And so it was an offside as soon as Gifford touched it. Face off through the neutral zone. Battling for it. Hawkins dumps it in to the QNQ end. Ashlyn Folan around the boards. Blocked the blue line. Hughes sent it forward, but blocked back. Now a pass just went off the back of Melchin, who would have had a breakaway chance if she had received that pass. Now she takes it off the boards, gains the blue line. Skating down the right side, tries to pass it back, but it wasn't there. Brookline takes it. The pass off the boards, knocked back by Sienna Nickel. Around the boards it goes. I think Melchin sending it around the back for number 21, Green. Pinned up against the boards now. QNQ comes out with it. Skating with it, Ilakwa, but disrupted. Good poke check there by Brookline by number 16, Mari Cessity. And I think we got an offsides call against QNQ here. No, we got a penalty. I think. No, we don't. I thought I saw a penalty signal, but it was an offsides. My mistake. Neutral zone face-off, minute 50 to go here in the first. Face-off goes deep into the Brookline end. Gigi Hawkins sends it around the boards. And now a battle along the boards for it. Chin knocks it loose to Hawkins. Hawkins' pass was deflected, but did get to Cessity, but Cessity couldn't move it along. Now QNQ taking it around the back. Pass deflected high right in front of the net, but deflected aside by the Brookline defense. And now skating with it is Koo. Koo picking up speed. Koo with a chance. Charging in. Shot scores! Soo Jin Koo strikes first, and Brookline is on the board. Great deflection out by the Brookline defense, and once Soo Jin Koo got that one, she took off like a rocket, outsped the QNQ defense, and just a simple deke across the crease to send the forehander past the goalie into the left side of the net. 1-0 the Brookline lead off the goal from senior co-captain Soo Jin Koo. Face-off won by Brookline. Sent up the right side. Hard collision there, but Brookline keeping on the attack. Pice sends a pass across, gets it to Wilson. Wilson dumps it into the corner. Hard ricochet to Charbonneau. Charbonneau cutting across the middle, deflected, gets to Pice. Pice weaving around. Pice scores! Izzy Pice sneaks the backhander through traffic, and Brookline with 2 goals in quick succession. Let's take a look at that one again. Again, started by Wilson, dumping it into the corner. Charbonneau coming across the middle. It was deflected away from her, got to Pice. Pice weaved around, just trying to send one towards the net, and there was so much traffic in front that Glarot Knight couldn't see it. And now off the face-off, a quick rush by Alakwa, broken up. And now Pice with an on-man rush across to Tebow. Or actually, it was a 2-on-2, and so Tebow just dumps it in as Brookline dumps it in.
Assisted by number 15, Clara Tebow, and by number 9, Selena Charbonneau.
And now, through the neutral zone, back and forth it goes. Dumped in by Caitlin Schlager, less than 30 seconds to go. Now 20 seconds to go, QNQ skating with it. Poke check takes it away, that's Hughes. Long shot goes wide of the net. Brookline picking up the pressure here as they take a 2-0 lead, 10 seconds to go. That puck chased down by Gifford. Gifford long pass deflects up in the air, through the neutral zone, and that will end the first period. Our score at the end of one, the Brookline High Warriors 2, Quincy North Quincy 0. Goals scored by Sujin Koo and Izzy Pice as Brookline takes the early lead. During this first intermission break, I remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Esh Dental. Does anxiety keep you from seeking the dental care you need? You are not alone. Esh Dental gets it. They get you. Esh Dental in Coolidge Corner offers many options for management of dental anxiety. Go online to eshdental.com or call 617-566-0103 to book your consultation. Once again, that's EASHDENTAL.com or call 617-566-0103. You can find that link and phone number in the description section down below, as well as a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Girls Hockey Booster Club. And you can also find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight for today, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish at 210 Harvard Street in Coolidge Corner on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made at the Food Pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can volunteer with the pantry and help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. Once again, all those links and phone numbers I just listed can be found in the description section down below. And if you know of any local businesses or charities that you think could benefit from the extra visibility on these live streams, then I encourage you to get them in touch with me. But for now, at the first intermission, Brookline 2, Quincy North Quincy 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Quincy Youth Arena. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I'll be back with the second period of this game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Quincy Youth Arena in Quincy, Massachusetts, for the second period of this high school varsity girls hockey contest between the Brookline High Warriors and the Quincy North Quincy Co-op. Brookline and QNQ fighting pretty even through much of the first period, but Brookline found the spark and lit it into a flame in the closing minutes of that first period as they took a 2-0 lead off goals from Soo Jin Koo and Izzy Pice. The two co-captains leading the way scoring-wise for Brookline. I'm going to have to take a look back at the tape to figure out the assists for Koo's goal, but I know that the assists on Pice's goal came from Caitlin Wilson and Selena Charbonneau.
Second period, Q&Q Nation, make some noise!
Here we go, a fresh 15 minutes on the clock for period number 2. The opening face-off sent back to the Brookline end, chased down by Gigi Hawkins, sent up the line, deflects, gets right to Izzy Pice. Pice, pass across the blue line to Clara Tebow, long shot saved by Lillian Glaro-Knight. Glaro-Knight, the 8th grade netminder for QNQ, made a valiant effort in the first period, keeping Brookline off the scoreboard as long as she did. Off that face-off, wrapped around the boards by QNQ, and that puck passed through. Racing in, Kiara Folan. Folan charging in. Shot stopped by Aurora Charbonneau as the shooting angle was cut off just barely by the Brookline defense. Now battling through the neutral zone. It deflects to the near side boards. Pice moves it along the line. Chased down by Ashlyn Folan, who wraps it around. Finds a target there as that attempted clear blocked by Gigi Hawkins, sent to the back boards. Recovered again by Folan, sent forward. Looking for, I think, Megan Caldwell, but it gets tangled up in the boards. Knocked loose. Recovered now by, I think, Emily Lim. Lim goes into the boards, pushed by Chin. Couple of passes back and forth as now this pass finds Mari Cessity, trying to pass it to herself, but was cut off as it goes to the back boards. Clear does get out to the neutral zone. It's a race back. Getting there first, Katie O'Connor gets it out to the neutral zone. Off a deflection there. It's corralled by Brookline. A defender slipped and fell, taking advantage. Shayna Chin charging in. Chin just lost control of the puck. Was trying to get a little too fancy in front of the net there. Would have had a wide open look if she'd gotten that one last extra weave, but lost it as she was tangled up with a defender there. Around the boards, corralled by Brookline, sent across the front, but it's not there. Coming in for it, Birdie Hawkins, skating around the back, pass, and Cessity couldn't quite jam it in. It's blocked off by Glaro-Knight. 2 minutes into the second period, Brookline's had a couple of nice chances, but has not scored yet in this period. That one gets wrapped around the boards by Lila Cook. Blocked to the blue line by Casey McCarthy. Pushed forward. Wrapped around the boards once again by QNQ. This time Caroline Hughes keeps it in the QNQ end. Skating around with the back with it. Hard collision. As I think that was Ilakwa who barreled over one of the Brookline players. Long pass, going to go down to the Brookline end, and it's going to be covered up by Aurora Charbonneau. At first, it looked like she was going to let it go past her for a potential icing, but I think she saw the official put his hands out to signal that it wasn't going to be icing, and the veteran netminder making the smart move to cover up and slow things down as the puck slid into the Brookline end. Face off, goes back to Lim, shot scooped up by Charbonneau for the save. Another face off in the Brookline end between Izzy Pice and Kiara Folan. Face off misses Lim, that time taken by Sienna Nickel. Her shot blocked as Brookline swarming around the puck there. Trying to clear it out. It's sent off the boards, finds Pice. Pice misses Tebow, and I think that'll go for icing. Unfortunate there as Tebow would have had a good beat on the puck if she wasn't turned around on that one. Just slightly off timing. Another face-off in the Brookline end now. This one goes right back. A pass across, slightly disrupted. Now chased down by Perry. Shot blocked by Pice. Controlled in the corner by, I think, Ilakwa. Knocked loose. Wrapped around by, I think, Gigi Hawkins. Pushed through by Charbonneau. Gets to Pice. Pice trying to weave around, but too many defenders. Loose puck ultimately recovered by Charbonneau. Sends it off the boards into the Q end. Chasing after it herself as Brookline makes a change. The clear blocked there. And now another clear attempt blocked by Ritzenthaler. Gets it forward to Charbonneau, who's staying on the attack as Ritzenthaler blocks it again. Wrapped around the back. I believe that's Cessity with the puck now. Pass back. Chin scores! Shayna Chin makes it a 3-goal game for Brookline. Off a very nice assist there. Off the pass from Mari Cessity. Let's take a look at that one again as the freshman. Oh, we're not going to have time for this replay. I waited too long. Trying to make sure I had the right identity there, but now Chin racing through again, disrupted. Oh, but a big chance and a score! It's Soojin Koo again. Second goal of the day for Soojin Koo. Off the assist this time from Shayna Chin. Chin was advancing, got blocked by the defender, but Glarot Knight not able to properly cover up that puck. And Soojin Koo with the speed took advantage, just raced in and pushed that puck into the net. 4-0 as, again, Brookline scoring in quick succession. And now another rush, this time Caroline Hughes weaving around. Hughes blocked by Glarot Knight. Put back, score! Caitlin Schlager! Brookline pouring it on here in the second period as the sophomore Caitlin Schlager adds to the fun here off the assist from Caroline Hughes. Hughes advancing, the initial save by Glarot Knight, but again, Brookline just crashing into the net for another putback score. 3 goals back to back for Brookline as they now lead by 5, and a timeout is called by Quincy North Quincy. So to sum up the scoring so far, we've got 2 goals from Soojin Koo and 1 each from Izzy Pice, Shayna Chin, and Caitlin Schlager. And as for the assists, I know we've got assists from this period, at the very least, from Mari Cessity and Shayna Chin and Caroline Hughes. And in the first period, we had assists from Selena Charbonneau and Caitlin Wilson. And like I said, I'll be going back to the to the tape to figure out some of those other assists. Off the face-off, it's corralled by Jordan Gifford, slides it across, looking for Rosie Zucker. Now sent around the back. Now wrapped around the back by Q&Q. And now an interception. Long shot goes wide from Caroline Hughes. And that one goes into the boards, being pushed through by Q&Q. They get across the blue line with it, but up against the boards. Now Gifford skating with it. Gifford going down the left side. Gifford still skating with it across the blue line. Now blocked on the attempted hit there. Corralled by number 20, Chloe Melchin, sends it way up. And now a breakaway chance for Q&Q. Charging in, saved by Charbonneau. And a hard collision. And boy, a lot of physicality coming from Mackenzie Alakwa here. But now Caroline Hughes taking it the other way. Hits one, deflects as Brookline commits to a forward line change. Clara Tebow coming around the back with it. Disrupted by the poke check, but stays with the puck. Pass back, finds a target. Charbonneau, shot saved by Glaro Knight, and she covers this one up. 5-0, the Brookline advantage with 9 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock here in the second period. And we do have Mackenzie Ilakwa going to the penalty box, I assume for that extra push after that collision down at the Q&Q end. Must have been a delayed penalty because Brookline was going up on the offense with it, and so they had to wait for Q&Q to take control of it there to trigger the delayed penalty. So Brookline going on the power play for the second time today. They were unable to score their last time on the power play. We'll see what happens here. Face off. Etta Reed pushes it forward to the corner. Coming around the back, Tebow. Tebow still weaving around, lost the puck, taken away. Excuse me, cleared out. Now, excuse me. Sent up to the neutral zone by Brookline. Battling for it along the boards, knocked back, controlled by Charbonneau. Charbonneau slides it across, finds Tebow. Tebow dumps it in, but it's dumped right back out by Q&Q. Into the corner it goes in the Brookline end, taken by Reed. Reed, long pass to flex forward, controlled by Brookline. Racing up with it is Chin. Chin turning around, looking for a pass, looking for Cessity. Pinned up against the boards now. Still battling for it. Still battling for it. Cessity now comes out with it. Long pass across, misses everybody. Goes to the far side boards where it's taken by Q&Q for the clear. Less than 50 seconds left on the power play now. As that pass disrupted, but off the board, it's going to be taken by Chin. Chin's pass blocked, but Chin recovers it herself. Slides it across to Reed. Reed up to Chin again. Chin gains the blue, gives it to Koo. Koo around the corner, around the back. Looking, tried to send to the slot, but it was broken up. Another clear with 20 seconds left on the power play for Brookline as both teams commit to a line change here. That pass blocked but recovered again by Brookline. Long pass up, finds Charbonneau. Charbonneau slides it over to Pice. Pice lost control of it, but does push it forward across the blue line. Cleared and kicked back, and we're back at even strength. That one taken around the back by Alakwa, fresh off the penalty box. Shot blocked by Charbonneau. What happened? Oh, was that a false whistle? Did the officials think they scored that one and they blew a false whistle? Is that what happened? I think that's what happened there. You could see one of the QNQ player who went for the shot on the putback there started celebrating, but Charbonneau stopped it. And so I think there was a false whistle there. And so for right now, we're setting up for a face-off in the Brookline end. Just going to play it as if Charbonneau covered that one up. Face-off. Off the deflection taken by Charbonneau, but lost control of it, but does poke it forward. No icing as it was off a deflection. Sent around the boards. Off the boards again, fighting through with it briefly was Morcan, but blocked. And now Thibault dumps it into the QNQ end. Off the outside of the net. Now an attempted clear by QNQ. Blocked and pushed forward by Charbonneau as Brookline commits to a line change. Thibault chased it down in the corner. Pass blocked, taken away. Pass through looking for Cook. Broken up. Connor sends one through the legs, but that's offsides because Thibault hadn't gotten back yet. So it'll be a neutral zone face-off. .6:19 on the clock here in the second. Brookline leads by 5. Face-off, Bertie Hawkins dumps it in, but it's controlled by QNQ. Sent off the boards there by Perry. Now sent forward through the neutral zone, sent back by Hughes. Battling for it, Schlager pushes it forward. Couple times. Blocked again at the blue line by O'Connor. Still battling along the boards. Sent forward around the back. Wrapped around, deflected, and now a chance for QNQ to take off with it, but the poke check from Caroline Hughes stops the rush there. Gets it up to Hawkins, who couldn't quite pass it off the boards. Kept in the attack end by QNQ. Now sent back by, I think, Morcan, back to Ashlyn Folan, around to Kiara Folan. Now sent around, taken by Brookline, off the deflection. And Hawkins taken away. Caldwell's shot turned aside by Charbonneau. Ritzenthaler moves it along. Hawkins battling along the boards. Taken now by Hughes. Hughes rips one all the way down, misses wide of the net, and that'll be icing. Caroline Hughes was trying to see if she could send that long shot to the net, which would have meant no icing, as Brookline was committing to a change there. But she missed it wide, and so it will be icing. Face-off will be in the Brookline end with just under 5 minutes left here in the second. Face-off, corralled by Brookline, but off the boards, blocked by QNQ. Wrapped around to the near side corner. That long pass is going to miss from Cessity. And that's going to be icing again. We'll have another face-off in the Brookline end here. Goes to the backboards where Reed corrals it. Off the boards. Koo was trying to push it forward but blocked. Now several players scrumming at the boards for it. Knocked loose, corralled by Brookline. Skating with it, Chin. Chin lifts it high, chopped down, blocked back. And now Green takes it. Green stolen away by Reed. Off the boards, blocked by McGrail. Now pushed forward by Nickel. Reed battling for it, lost her footing, but Chin comes in to take the puck. Chin looking around, pass over to Reed. Reed gives it back to Chin. Chin weaves around one, through the neutral zone now. Looking for a hole, pass blocked by the skates of Nickel, but it's still tangled up in the skates as it goes around behind the net. Nickel wraps it around. Coming in to take it is Gifford. Long shot deflects off a stick into the corner as Brookline completes the line change. Now wrapped around the boards again. Gifford there to keep it in the attack. Around the back, another hard collision. Looking for the puck. Battling behind the net for it. Pice comes out with it. Sends it around back for Tebow. Tebow's pass blocked. Now Tebow sends one back, intercepted by Green. Disrupted by Pice. And Gifford trying to keep it on the attack, but it does go out to the neutral zone, where it's taken by Charbonneau. Charbonneau dumps it in, but blocked immediately. Sent back out to the neutral area. Pice takes it, slides it across to Tebow. Tebow approaching, spins. Pass back, Gifford from the point, lifts a high one, blocked by Clareau Knight. Put back is blocked and covered up by Clareau Knight as Charbonneau tried to get the putback score there, but was stopped. 2:45 to go as the QNQ defense has settled down after giving up those 3 goals in quick succession inside the first 5 minutes of the period. Face off, Schlager pass back for O'Connor. Barely keeps it in the attack end, gets it to Hawkins. Hawkins pass forward, Hughes couldn't get enough on that shot. Turning around, back to the point, Wilson's shot blocked by the body. Recovered now. Pass intercepted by Hughes. Now taken back by QNQ, pushed through the neutral zone. Ilacqua racing up with it. Poke check by O'Connor, and it's recovered by Wilson. Ilacqua staying after it. Around the back, Hughes passed it away, and a hard collision knocks her stick away. Brookline trying to skate with it, lost control of it. Shot from Ilacqua, missed it wide, as Hughes was still chasing after her stick and her glove. Battling along the boards. Knocked loose. Backhander, stopped by the skate. Now another ricochet taken by Hawkins. Hawkins dumps it into the Brookline end after crossing center ice. Taken now by Cook. As Cook passes up, gets to the neutral zone, blocked by Hawkins. Losing her footing was Morcan. Another hard collision between Melcan and Cessity. Perry takes it across the blue line. Shot blocked by Gigi Hawkins. Now this one pushed along the back. Chased down by Morcan. Couple ricochets off the back. Trying to take it around the back. A lot of traffic there, but the shot missed wide. A minute left to go in the period as Reed sends it off the boards. Pushed forward. No icing off the deflection. Ashlyn Folan chasing after it, taking it around the back. Pass off the boards, finds Caldwell. Caldwell taken to the ice by a hard check, and that one is going to get the whistle. That was dangerously close to the boards. They're going to call that one every time. It's been a physical game and a lot of stuff the refs have allowed to go through, but you know, when a player is, you know, stationary and takes a hit from behind that close to the boards, that's going to get a penalty call every time. Soo-Jin Koo going to the box for a 2-minute minor. Face-off won by QNQ. Now pushed back to Ashlyn Folan, back up to Kiara Folan. Taps it around the back, battling along the boards for it. Pass gets out to Kiara Folan. Again, sending it along the back to Folan. Folan broken up, recovered by Ashlyn Folan. Ashlyn Folan blocked, another shot blocked, that time from Kiara Folan. Puck recovered, skating out with it was Clara Tebow, but it's taken back by Kiara Folan. Weaving around, looking for a shot, deflected there by the defense of, I think, Selena Charbonneau. Into the boards it goes, coming out with it QNQ, as that's going to be the end of the period. We're going to have a segmented power play here. So QNQ will be on the advantage for the first minute and 15 of the third period. But for now, that is the end of 2. Our score at the end of 2, Brookline 5, Quincy North Quincy 0. Brookline with 3 goals in quick succession inside the first 5 minutes of that second period. 1 each from Shayna Chin, Soo-Jin Koo, and this last one from Caitlin Schlager. During this second intermission break, I remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Esch Dental in Coolidge Corner. Esch Dental's vision is to make your dental appointment an experience to look forward to. Boutique means on-time appointments. Boutique means high-tech. Boutique means integrity. Go online to eschdental.com or call 617-566-0103 to find out how you can experience Esch Dental. Once again, eschdental.com or call 617-566-0103. And once again, you can see all that information in the description section down below, where you can also see a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Girls Hockey Booster Club. And you can also see a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. And if you know of any local businesses or charities that you think would benefit from the extra visibility on these live streams, I encourage you to get them in touch with me. But for now, at the end of 2, Brookline 5, Quincy North Quincy 0. From Quincy Youth Arena, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I'll be back with the third and final period of this game. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Quincy Youth Arena in Quincy, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the third and final period of this high school varsity girls hockey contest between the Brookline High Warriors and the Quincy North Quincy Co-op. It's going to be a power play to start for Quincy North Quincy, as they had a segmented power play. So they'll be on the advantage for the first minute and 15 seconds of this third period as Soo-Jin Koo serves the remainder of her penalty from the end of the second period. QNQ skating with it through the neutral zone. Ashlyn Folan pass, a little too far there, but it's chased down around the back. Now disrupted in the corner. The attempted clear blocked by Perry, but it ricochets over to Caroline Hughes. Hughes weaving around. Hughes on the shorthand, charging in. Long shot saved by Lillian Clareau-Knight as Hughes went sliding hard into the boards after that play. It's been a very physical game so far, to say the least. As we'll have a face-off now in the QNQ end. Face-off corralled by QNQ. They send it around the boards, but chasing after it, Clara Thibault disrupting it. In comes Selena Charbonneau to further disrupt, and Charbonneau takes it away at the blue line. Charbonneau, backhander blocked, recovers it herself, coming around the back. Looking around, spins, and wraps it around the boards. Killing some clock on this penalty, as again, Thibault and Charbonneau on the forecheck, disrupting the advance as the last 5 seconds tick away on this penalty, and Brookline able to kill this penalty and go back to even strength. Around the back, puck taken by Gigi Hawkins, pass forward, tapped forward now. A big advance chance of it. It's just going to be dumped in and covered up by Clareau-Knight, as Thibault still had to come off to finish the line change. And so it'll be a face-off in the QNQ end as Brookline finishes their change over to the Chin-Koo Cessity line. Face-off. Back to the point. That one deflected high and goes off the glass. Corralled by Koo. Around the boards, gets to Chin. Chin escapes her defender. Along the back, turns around, looking for a passing option. Turns around, sends it around the boards to Koo. Koo chasing after it, disrupted. Around the back, Chin swoops in with speed and takes it. Chin weaving around, pass it back to Gifford. Gifford long shot, caught by Clareau-Knight. Still 12 minutes and 54 seconds on the clock here in the third period. Face off, won by Brookline. Sent off the boards by Caitlin Wilson. Up to Thibault. Thibault tries a pass, disrupted, taken away briefly by Kiara Folan, sent around the back. As a couple players get tangled up, it does get out to the neutral zone, but it's taken back by Izzy Pice. Pice's stick shatters, and QNQ tried to take advantage, but they could not penetrate the wall of Aurora Charbonneau. Brookline so unlucky with that giveaway there, as Pice's stick just exploded. Now battling through the neutral zone for the puck as Selena Charbonneau takes it. Skating through the neutral zone, weaving around, lost the puck. Battling along the boards for it. Blocked by Serafina Ritzenthaler to keep it in the QNQ end as she blocks it again. But now it's forced out to the neutral zone. But Caroline Hughes takes it. Hughes weaving around. Gains the blue, slides a pass over. Long shot blocked off the stick of Soo-Jin Koo. Now that attempted clear blocked by Koo. Battling along the boards, knocked loose. Hughes takes it at the blue line. Long shot, almost redirected. Now taken around the back by Ashlyn Folan. Sent along the boards out to the neutral zone. Hughes corrals it. Pass back, Gigi Hawkins. Pass touched by Hughes, but it's cleared out now by Tess Ronan, but too far. That's going to be icing on QNQ. And so we'll have a face-off on their end of the ice as Izzy Pice is racing off to the locker room to get a replacement stick now after hers exploded. (11 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock here in the third. Face-off goes back to Hawkins at the point. Launches one, turned aside by Glaro Knight in the corner. The attempted clear blocked by Hawkins. Another insert, bounces wide of the net. Around the back, Cook pass. That one misses Green into the neutral zone. Hawkins takes it. Her pass misses. Taken briefly by Weber, but now taken back by Brookline. Skating through with it is Chin. Chin weaving around. Chin approaching shot. Redirected in! Mari Cessity! More great work from the Chin-Koo Cessity line, and this time it's Cessity finding the back of the net. Great pass by Shayna Chin. Great crashing of the net by Mari Cessity. Timed it so well, slowed down her advance so she would be just in the right spot for that pass as she knocks that one in for Brookline's 6th goal of the day. Four combined goals from that Chin-Koo Cessity line. 2 from Koo, 1 from Chin, and now 1 from Cessity. And the clock is ticking now as I think we've hit a bit of a mercy rule here. So we're going to have a running clock for the rest of this game. Battling at the blue line. It's pushed forward by QNQ around the back. Taken now by Casey McCarthy. Outlet pass intercepted. QNQ trying to advance, but McCarthy keeps up the fight for the puck. Gets it forward to Tebow. Tebow clears it out to the neutral zone. Deflects the wrong way. Ashlyn Folan trying to get it, but it's taken away by Selena Charbonneau, but she couldn't get the shot off. Outnumbered on defense there. She goes flying into the boards. Got tripped up a bit there, was looking for a call, but did not get it. Now QNQ skating through the neutral zone. Pass from Folan up to Ilakwa. Ilakwa's shot saved by Charbonneau. Now into the corner it goes. Taken back by Ilakwa. Ilakwa skating across. Pass back to Perry. Perry sends it across. Long insert blocked again and covered up by Aurora Charbonneau. Aurora Charbonneau trying to put the finishing touches on a potential shutout here. With the running clock still ticking, even as they prepare for face-offs, with Brookline leading by 6. Off the face-off, pushed back to the blue line. Pass across to Perry. Insert, redirected wide. Knocked back. Perry tries to send to the middle, intercepted by Hughes. Hughes sends it off the boards, goes out to the neutral zone. Chased down by Ilakwa. Ilakwa skating back in her own end. Sends it off the boards, corralled by Caitlin Wilson. Slides it across, pass forward, and now dumped in from just across the center ice line. But oh, they say from just behind the center ice line, they're going to call icing. Hawkins thought she was over the center ice line and would be able to dump that one in, but the officials say she was just behind it. Face off, won by QNQ as Cook sends that one into the corner. Caitlin Schlager wraps it around. Now battling along the boards. Katie O'Connor able to send it around. Birdie Hawkins taps it forward. Now off to the races as Caroline Hughes lost her footing as she collided with a defender there. Brookline changes back lines as Gigi Hawkins sends it forward. Schlager's advance blocked. Now Hawkins again passes it over to Koo. Sujin Koo weaving through, and her shot disrupted at the last second. Now trying to clear it out, blocked by Chin, but Chin's advance blocked by the skates. Now Caldwell dumps it in for QNQ, but dumped back out by Brookline. Battling for it at the blue line. They gain the blue line, but now it's knocked out by Brookline by Cessity. Now moved along, deflecting back and forth. Juliana Monaco battling for it, but it was taken back briefly by Chin, but both Chin and Koo were trying for that puck and almost got in each other's way. Cessity pass back, long shot from Wilson, redirected wide of the net. Chased down by Hawkins, pass just misses Chin. A attempted clear stopped by Koo, pass back, Wilson long shot, covered up by Glaro Knight. Five minutes and 22 seconds and counting as the running clock continues to go. Face off, goes back, pushed forward by Zucker. Now a shot from Charbonneau redirected high. Tebow with the puck, pass back, Pice barely pushes it to the near side boards. Charbonneau recovers it, wraps it around the back. Tebow giving chase. Battling for it. Pass almost got through, but just out of reach for Charbonneau. Zucker sends it along the boards to Charbonneau. Battling along the boards for it. Now around the back it goes. Corralled by Tebow. Pass back. Gifford. Shot deflected. The clear gets out to the neutral zone. Gifford going to take this one. Skate around the back. Trying to stay with it. Does get it out to the neutral zone where it's taken by Perry. Perry passes it back. Pass back up. Gets to Casa. Moves it into the Brookline end where it's cleared back out immediately. Battling along the boards for it. Now taken by Green. Green dumps it in as Charbonneau, with more guts than me, letting that slide just wide of the post. Now skating across the blue line is Gifford. Gifford going end to end as it's knocked loose. Sent towards the slot, but nobody there for Brookline. Hughes trying to give chase now. Controlled, sent wide. Chased down by Hawkins. Hawkins tries to send it across, intercepted by, I think, Cook that time. Ritzenthaler blocking the clear, but now it gets out to the neutral area. Chasing after it is Hughes in the Brookline end. Tripped up by Ilacqua. The attempted pass misses Ilacqua there. Now sent around the back. Ilacqua skating with speed again, but disrupted. Couple of ricochets. Kept on the attack by QNQ. Less than 3 minutes to go in this one. As now, I think it's taken, by O'Connor. But now taken back by QNQ, but now stolen away by Hawkins. Hawkins pushes it down to the QNQ end where it's taken by Ilacqua. Ilacqua skating through the neutral area, gains the blue line. Skating around the back. Lost control of the puck. Brookline trying to clear it. It's pushed through the neutral zone. Monaco sends it off the board, sent forward by Melchin, but now taken by Brookline, taking advantage of a line change. Chin, pass to Cessity. Cessity shot saved by Glaro Knight. The lefty line of Chin, Koo, and Cessity back at it again with another strong advance. Such a rare thing in hockey that you get a full forward line of all southpaws. Now a long insert from G.G. Hawkins, deflected wide of the net. Cessity sends it over to Koo. Koo sending it around the back. Moved along, kept on the attack by Brookline. The attempted clear blocked by Hawkins. Pass forward to Koo. Koo sends it back to Hawkins. Hawkins inserts. Couple of ricochets, goes back to QNQ. That pass misses Lim, taken in the neutral zone by Hawkins. Pass to Chin. Chin skating, passes it over to Koo. Koo gains the blue line. Koo advancing down the left side. Shot turned aside by Glaro Knight. Recovered now by number 25, Lily Nichols, sent through to the neutral zone. Brookline takes it back. Koo dumps it in as Brookline changes lines. Right in front of the net, almost a chance for Brookline as they change lines. Around the back, blocked by Nickel. Charbonneau keeping with the play as it goes around the back. Weaving around, pass deflected, taken by Pice. Pice skating around with it, gives it to Gifford. Gifford skating up, taking advantage of a line change, gains the blue line. Gifford approaching, pass, just deflected, almost a redirect chance. Instead corralled by Charbonneau. Charbonneau sends it down to the corner to Thibault. Thibault tried to pass, it was blocked. Sent along the boards, 15 seconds to go. And around the blue line, Brookline skating with it in the neutral zone, and this will wrap it up. Dumped into the QNQ end as the last seconds tick away. And Brookline, in just 11 games, has matched their win total from all of last season. Lucky win number 7 for the Warriors. The final score, Brookline 6, Quincy, North Quincy 0. What an electric game for the Warriors. A high-scoring affair with the lefty line of Shayna Chin, Soojin Koo, and Mari Cessity providing 4 of the team's 6 goals in this one. Soojin Koo, the only multi-goal scorer for Brookline. She had 2 goals, and then 1 each from Shayna Chin, Mari Cessity, Izzy Pice, and Caitlin Schlager. Aurora Charbonneau secures the shutout in net for Brookline as the Warriors improve to 7-4 on the season. Once again, last year they went 7-13, so in just 11 games, the Warriors have matched their win total from last year. Quincy, North Quincy suffers their 7th straight loss and falls to 2-8 on the season. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you again to Esh Dental, located in Coolidge Corner, for sponsoring this broadcast. Book your next dental appointment with local dentist and BHS Sports parent Dr. Brandon Esh for the non-corporate personalized dentistry our community deserves. Call 617-566-0103 or go online to eshdental.com to find out more and book your appointment. Once again, 617-566-0103 or go online to eashdental.com. You can find all that information in the description section down below, where you can also find a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Girls Hockey Booster Club, and you can also find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. And remember, if you know of any local businesses or charities that you think would benefit from some extra visibility on these live streams of Brookline High Sports, I encourage you to get them in touch with me. You can find my information further down in the description section or in the bottom right corner of your screen. my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions, requests, or comments you may have. You can see my email down there. And don't forget to follow me on social media on Instagram and Facebook, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Final score from here at Quincy Youth Arena: Brookline 6, North Quincy 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.